What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. I've come to a realization when it comes to modern day gaming. And this isn't from the side of game design. I still think there's fundamental flaws there. But when it comes to player bases and how we approach video games, we're all way too competitive. I find as if the community as a whole doesn't genuinely like to have fun the same way we used to. This might be a result of skill-based matchmaking. It might be a result of the competitiveness that games are trying to promote nowadays. But I just still feel the overall silliness of video games has somewhat been lost. Now, I'm not saying it's completely gone or that it's vanished, but there used to be that genuine silliness in the game. There wasn't as much hostility player to player. There wasn't that much disrespect going on. And that's how it's felt for quite some time now, is that there is genuine disrespect. You hop on, try to be social with the player, and everyone is calling you a slur, telling you to shut up, or whatever it might be. Well, yes, those situations occurred prior. They didn't seem to happen as frequently. You actually could meet people and generate genuine connections. I mean, I met people playing Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009 that I still talk to today. You just don't really feel that same sense of community, and it's because everyone is so hyper competitive and hyper focused to associate their own identity with how they play Call of Duty. If they're not doing the best, if they don't have the newest things, if they don't grind for every single challenge, then they're not viewed as one of the best. If they don't have this great KD, if they're not using meta weapons, then the game cannot be fun for them. And that's problematic. The game at its core should be fun. And I think I've even personally lost that myself. I think I play video games to unlock a little bit more of that competitiveness that I have. Like, I played almost every sport growing up, played some at a very high competitive level, and regardless of that, I feel as I've gotten older, you lose that little bit of competitiveness that you grew up with. Like always going to tournaments every weekend, whether it was for volleyball, hockey, golf, whatever it might have been. I don't have that every day now. My competition now is solely in my work. And unfortunately, when I go onto video games, it is an opportunity for me to show that competitive edge that I have, to show that I care about winning, that I care about doing well. But I think that I've lost part of that element that is video games should be fun. And yesterday I did a challenge that I threw up here on my channel where I was just going around playing kill confirm, trying to confirm kills without getting any kills. And then I modified the challenge so that I could use throwing knives. And overall, it was probably the most fun I'd had playing Modern Warfare 3. I'm going to be completely honest when I say that. It was the most fun because I didn't care how I did. I was still trying to win, so there was that little bit of competitiveness that I needed. But at the end of the day, I wasn't identifying with how I played. I was more so trying to have fun, doing something a little different, changing it up. And I realized that, holy smokes, this is actually a lot of fun to do. And I kind of fell back in love with Call of Duty a little, just a little. Like, there's still fundamental flaws there, but that's from a game design standpoint. I think if you can separate yourself from the game and you can look at the game objectively and say, I want to just have fun, there are ways that you can just have fun. It's not the same as it used to be. It's not that chill environment. It's not that same get on and enjoy yourself for 2 hours. It doesn't immerse you the same way. But there are ways that you can find fun in Call of Duty. And I think that we have to remind ourselves of that. Not everything needs to be Game 7, final shot, fourth quarter, you have the ball. Like, not everything needs to be that intense. You can lay back, have some fun, and enjoy yourself. And I get it. Skill-based matchmaking wants to pit you against the best players in your skill bracket all the time. But there's also moments where you can just step back and try to enjoy yourself. And that's what I think has been lost a little, is everybody wants that hyper-competitiveness all the time. And the truth is, you don't need it. You don't. You can just lay back and enjoy yourself. And maybe that's why Zombies has always been such a popular game mode, because it's not you versus somebody else. It's you versus the zombies. How long can I survive for? You're challenging yourself. You're competitive with yourself instead of other people. And you can lay back and relax and enjoy yourself. And I feel as if multiplayer games, and this isn't just pertinent to Call of Duty, I think it's games in general, we have a view of if I suck, then I suck, and that's the showcase of myself to the world. That is my identity. If I'm bad at video games, I'm bad at life. And that's just not the case. But so many people associate their identity so closely to their results in a video game that they care so deeply about how they play. And I just don't think it's super healthy. But that's me personally. That's how I feel. And I think it's been proven a little bit here in Call of Duty. But I think, again, it was proven in Dead by Daylight recently, where they released a brand new mode for the first time ever in the game's life cycle called Lights Out. And it was supposed to be a mode that was all about jump scares and the unknown, and people played it like a sweat fest. And this isn't me saying that you have to play the game for leisure. You can play to sweat, but the idea that you have to always sweat is such a weird concept to me. I get it. There's times where you want to go for the win and you have to, but I don't know, in limited time modes like that. And this used to be the way it was back in Halo 3 when they used to do the double XP weekend playlists. It was about the fun, playing the double XP weekends on Halo 3 where you'd play a game mode like Rocket Race, which was a goofy game mode to begin with. But that was the point. It was meant to be goofy. It was meant to not be taken seriously. And when I saw the limited time mode for Lights Out, I was like, oh, here's an opportunity for the game to be a little scarier and for it not to be taken seriously. But it's hijacked by these people that always need to insert competition into every single game. And I get it, you're going against other people. There should be a slight essence of competitiveness, but your entire soul and being and identity does not need to be associated with how you do in one singular game. It doesn't matter. Guess what? The matchmaking goes again next game, and people aren't going to remember who you are. They're just not. And I think we're so hyper-focused and so in our own heads, and we're so narcissistic that we believe that everybody looks at what we do and internalizes it. No one cares. Go do your thing. Go make video games fun for yourself. Stop trying to reach this uber competitive level that is honestly not very fun to reach. I've tried it before. I tried to enter high-level Call of Duty tournaments back when I was in my early 20s. I was humbled real quick. I learned very fast. I was not very good at the game compared to high-level players. And it was honestly frustrating, and it's a tough experience. But guess what? I hopped back onto Call of Duty, and I found ways to keep the game fun. Now, is it harder with modern Call of Duty? 100%. But that doesn't mean that fun does not exist. I mean, it'd be great if Call of Duty brought back some fan favorite modes like Prop Hunt here in Modern Warfare 3 so that we could have something that is a little bit more relaxed and this a little bit more goofy. Because that needs to happen in video games sometimes. You need to just have game modes and opportunities to just say, hey, I don't care. I'm just here to have fun. And I feel like some of that has been lost. So I really hope that you understand where I'm coming from here. I'm not saying you can't be competitive. I'm not saying that you can't try to win every game and be uber tryhard. I'm just saying there needs to be a good balance of both. Being overly competitive all the time and associating your identity to how you do in every single video game is going to make video games less fun. Simple as that. And if you want to keep games fresh, you want to keep games exciting and enjoyable, disassociate yourself from it a little. Go in there with the set goal of having fun, and you should enjoy yourself. So, I know this is a large departure from my regular content, but I wanted to get that off my chest, because yesterday I had a ton of fun making that video, editing that video, and releasing that to you guys. And that is something that I'm going to continue to do. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah. Anyways, if you haven't seen the video, I'll link it down below in the description. I thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.